Hey, it's Sarah. I'm here with another episode of Ask Sarah. Question number 1. At what age is biting no longer puppy play? Great question. So puppies have little tiny sharp puppy teeth. Around 4.5 to 5 months, they start losing those puppy teeth. Once those puppy teeth fully fall out, they start to grow out and within the next month develop mature hormones. And that's when puppy play begins to transfer over to adult biting, and we definitely want to phase it off by then. Remember to open your palm, put butter or a lickable spread on it, teach kisses, and teach dogs that biting is for other dogs and kissing is for people. How do I get my cat that only likes me to be at least nice to other people? Here's the deal. Find something your cat loves. Chasing a laser toy or a little flirt pole, eating some yummy snacks that you get, or some crumbled up freeze-dried food. Put a towel on your lap. Here, sweetie. Put a towel on your lap, sprinkle the food, play the game. Now take that same towel, put it on somebody else's lap, sprinkle the food, get them comfortable doing something versus just staring at new people. When people come up to them, suddenly, of course, they're going to be afraid. My dog Murphy gets excited when meeting other dogs and people on our walk. I'm assuming Murphy gets excited because he loves playing and greeting people. Some dogs get excited and they get defensive, so they bark and lunge at the leash, but I'm going to assume Murphy is the former. The most important thing you teach Murphy is that getting excited and pulling and lunging doesn't get you where you want to go. In fact, when Murphy does that, I want you to turn around, say scurry, scurry, and run in the other direction. So Murphy sees that hyper reactivity doesn't buy time with new people and new dogs. It takes time away. Teach Murphy settle by stepping on the leash. We will, in the comments below, upload a little link to show you how to do that. Teach Murphy settle and use the stepping on the leash technique to teach him to be calm. When Murphy is calmer, then you say, go say hello, and teach Murphy that calm, gentle behavior buys interaction and fun with people, and being hyper doesn't work. My dog freaks out whenever someone comes home, relentless yipping and barking. Remember the action-reaction continuum. If your dog's action, jumping, yipping, being relentless, gets a reaction from everybody that's interactive, maybe it's even negative, you're shouting and pushing away. Many dogs love that. To them, it's confrontational play. Remember the action, reaction, and this time when you come home and your dog gets very excited, I want you calmly to cover your face and breathe. I want you to set the model of how to calm down versus reinforce their hyperactivity. You can, even if they're in a gated area, walk away, walk out of sight of the gated area. Wait until your puppy calms down, then take a handful of treats, throw them on the floor, and teach the puppy find it. Soon your dog is gonna realize, when I calm down, then I get rewarded with treats, and then everybody seems to come and interact with me. My 1-year-old Shih Tzu, love the breed, doesn't eat anything unless we feed her by hand. She doesn't touch her food. Hey, I've been dog trained like this. It's so important to recognize that feeding and feasting is an interactive gesture. And unless you want to feed your dog by hand, probably not a good idea, then you need to slowly phase off. I would increase the value of her food a little bit, maybe with some chicken broth, something you could dilute out. Put the food by your foot so you can be present but not accessible when she's eating, and slowly you're just going to have to phase off giving any attention during the mealtime. Once the meal is done and she's even eaten a small portion, pick her up, tell her she's a good girl, move on to the next thing. How do I teach my 17-month-old standard golden doodle, big dog, to recognize my dizziness before it happens and tell me to sit down? So it's an interesting thing, right? Because how can we cue the dog when we're dizzy? The fact is you can't. You have to pretend you're dizzy, cue the dog to the action of looking dizzy, so that when you're actually dizzy, the dog knows what to do. And if you don't know what you look like when you're anxious or dizzy, film it. Ask somebody to film you having an episode and then pretend like you're having an episode as you mindfully cue or somebody else cues your dog what to do. There you go. So thank you for tuning in. I love your questions. Reach out to me on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Facebook. And of course, I'm here to do a virtual lesson, or if you want to send your dog to me for some service dog training or work with me in person, I'm here to help. Take care. Bye-bye.